Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, and thanks to the Project Cars modding team, we have another fantastic mod for Automobilista 2. Now this is a mod that's been around for a while, however it's recently been updated to version 1.6. Now in my ignorance, I had not tried it until they updated it to version 1.6, and I have to say, I'm sorry that I hadn't tried it up to this point because it's a brilliant little mod. So it's an Alpine A110. Absolutely brilliant little car, it really is. The model itself is absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. It's got a great looking cockpit that's really well detailed, really well modelled, and the car itself, I think it's a little looker. I think James May had one, didn't he? And didn't it set on fire? But anyway, it's not setting on fire here. Well, it might do with my driving, but who knows. But it's a fantastic little car and it handles really well. Around this tiny circuit here, so it's the Silverstone National Circuit from 2001. I've gone for that classic layout, classic touring car layout. It handles really well. And in this particular race, the AI were nice and feisty, nice and racy, as we know the AI can be on Automobilista 2. I think in terms of visuals, the car is an absolute looker, as I say. It looks great on the inside and it looks great from the TV cameras as well, which as we know on this channel, I love to watch. The car feels great on the brakes and it's just got good force feedback coming through, and thanks to that new force feedback that I'm using now, that new force feedback profile from Daniel Cart, which I have done a video on, it feels even better. Automobilista 2 just improving all the time. Now this mod, as I say, is available from the link that's in the video description. It's installed via Content Manager as hello? Track limits anybody? No, clearly not. Blue car there, just clearly not interested in the track limits whatsoever, just completely did his own thing. But I digress, it's completely free. It's installable via the Content Manager, as I say, dead simple, drag and drop, click apply and boom, it's there in your game. It's in a category all of its own. With these Alpines, it comes with around about 15 liveries, I want to say. It's also got the new 1.6 style preview images, so it looks really professional. It's a fantastic mod. It's another great job by the Project Cars modding team. Now, due to those GT3 mods that were released for Automobilista 2, the ones that got took down, I decided that I'd have a little bit of time off from covering Automobilista 2 mods, and to be honest with you, I considered not covering Automobilista 2 mods at all in future. However, I do love the modding scene, I love it on Assetto Corsa, I love it on Automobilista 2, and I think that the modding community bring us some fantastic stuff. So what I decided was that I'd just have to be much more careful about which mods I covered and which I didn't. So now I'll be checking to make sure that these mods have not been ripped from current in development titles, because if that's the case, I simply won't be able to cover them. Not only for the backlash that I get if they get taken down as though it's my fault, but also because I only need a certain amount of copyright strikes for my channel and then YouTube can literally just delete me. And I'd rather they didn't do that, as to be honest with you, I've worked quite hard in building up the following that I've got and making the videos that I've created so far. So all I need to do is be that bit more careful, which is what I'll be in the future. Back to the car itself though, you can just see the rear snap under brakes, and that's how it felt. If you braked too hard, the rear would go light and you certainly could feel that rear end go. At the time of making the video, I remember as I was driving thinking this would be the perfect car for the LFM. I thought that if they used this mod, everybody could download it, install it, like they use mods for Assetto Corsa, and I thought it would be perfect for a beginner type race. I think it's a car that's quite neutral, it feels good, it looks good, sounds good, and it's just fun to drive. However, even here in the single player, thanks to the fantastic Automobilista 2 AI, I was still having a great time. This track looks fantastic, there's the sun, bounces off the tarmac, and the more I got used to the car, the more I liked it. Hello, track limits again. I tell you what, these Alpines though, they don't mind being little lawnmowers. But so far, I'd only managed to gain 5 positions. Where could I finish in this race? This is where you had to brake hard and you could feel the weight of the car get thrown around, and as I say, get the rear going light. But I could get on the power that little bit earlier than the AI, which helped me down the straight. I'll just take this little opportunity now just to say that if you like what I do on the channel, please do hit that like and subscribe button, as it would help me out massively. You never know, you hitting that button could mean that I get recommended to somebody else, somebody new, and I could end up with even more subscribers, which would be fantastic. I do want to grow, obviously, of course I do, and I do want people to click on my videos. If I didn't want that, then there wouldn't really be much point in making them. So I do be honest and say I do want to grow my channel. But in this short 8-lap race, I'd managed to get myself into 9th position as we head now onto lap 6. I went for a tight line there, try and get on the power early. Not my finest, if we're being honest, but it'll do for now, and I was confident that I could still move up at this point. I can't thank the Project Cars modding team enough for this mod, and the other mods that they do. They do a great job, as do all the other mod creators. They keep these games fresh for us, and as I say, this car was completely free. It's cost me nothing, and it's a brand new experience to have in Automobilista 2. And as I say, I was quite surprised. In fact, I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It was a great little car. I'd love to have a drive of one of these cars in real life and see what it's like. I think I like this car in Assetto Corsa Evo now, I think, so maybe I'm a little bit of an Alpine fanboy without really knowing it. But if you do go away after watching this video and download this car, if you drive it and you like it, make sure that you come back and let me know in the comment section below. I love it when people come back and say that they either enjoyed it, or if they didn't enjoy it, why they didn't. I especially liked it in the video that I made about force feedback. I'd say that there was an overwhelmingly positive response there to that video. 90% of the people that went away and tried Daniel Kart's force feedback profile really enjoyed it, and a good few of you said it transformed your Automobilista 2 experience, which is how I felt about it. I thought it was very, very transformative. As we head onto the back straight though, I've got a nice little run there on Zimmer. I'm going to try and go around the outside. I knew that I was going to be later on the brakes than the AI, which I was. Like I say, car feels brilliant there on the brakes. There's another Alpine there going for another excursion. We could see the gravel being thrown up as one of them skirted onto the grass. Like I say, they do like being little lawnmowers, these Alpines. No wonder they're setting on fire and always full of grass. As we're heading round now though, we're going to start the final lap of this race with the sun bursting through the windshield. Automobilista 2 looking fantastic, as it always does. Fantastic looking sim. That wasn't the greatest cops corner you're ever going to see, but it'll have to do for now. Can we make any more positions on this final lap? We're up to 7th, halfway through the field. The AI, I think they were set on about 110 for this race, something like that, so they were quite high up. Certainly racy enough, but I think I could do with knocking them up just a little bit if I was going to do a race of any kind of longer distance. Managed to get round the outside again. It's going to be a carbon copy of the move we did a lap before. Keep him pinned to the inside and then pull out and get late onto the brakes. Just managed to catch the little slide there from the Alpine. It felt great on the force feedback. Took it round tight and get on the power towards the end. Silvestre there in front of us. That's a French name, in his French car. We couldn't go up the inside of him. That would have been naughty. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, I've been the Reverend. Thank you very much for watching.